can't be used as synchro material, except for the synchro summon of a dragon monster. The other synchro materials, I don't know what synchro means here.
You don't have to. You do not have to.
Okay.
Welcome back, guys. This is Team APS, and you've seen us play Yu-Gi-Oh! Countless times.
So many times.
So we thought maybe it'd be fun for someone else to play.
So we're gonna coach someone else and teach them how to play Yu-Gi-Oh!
We have 2 new prospective players. They haven't played, they don't know what these cards do, and we brought the Cyberse Link Structure Deck and
Starter Deck Link Strike.
In 1 hour, we're going to show them how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And use Link monsters and set them against each other to battle.
All from the ground up. They are aware of what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is, but it's gonna be our jobs to show them how the game's played, the types of cards, how to summon, all that jazz.
And there are stakes because the loser will have to buy the winner 1 box of Yu-Gi-Oh! cards.
That's them, right? Not the coaches.
No, it's the coaches.
That's bullshit. As always, if you would, please drop us a like.
And without further ado, let's bring in a guest.
Come.
This is Victor.
This is my apprentice, Travane.
Let's get the game started.
They're gonna die. You going down, man.
All right, guys, so this is Victor. Victor, what do you know about Yu-Gi-Oh? Like, specifically?
I watched it a few times when I was a kid. I know a few of the monsters, you know, like Karibo, Dark Magician Girl, what's it called? Blue Eyes, Orange Dragon, Charizard or something. So, yeah.
Well, I can promise you none of those cards, especially that last one, are in this deck. Do you know about extra deck monsters?
No.
No? Okay. What about like hand traps?
I didn't know that was a thing.
Okay. Do you know who this guy is?
Kaiba 2.0.
Guys, I think you've seen everything you need to know about the work that's cut out for me here. Yep, so this is my apprentice for the day. We have 1 hour to turn this kind of piece of coal to a Yu-Gi-Oh! Diamond. And I know I'm up for the challenge. Are you?
Sure.
Travane, what is your, I guess, experience with Yu-Gi-Oh! In the past?
Played it as a kid. Pretty much all throughout high school, middle school. Fell off after high school.
Did you just play the game? Did you watch the anime too?
I watched the anime a little bit, but mostly just play the game with friends.
What do you remember about the anime?
Oof, bites.
So I'm very curious because this is like the main thing that trips a lot of former players who come back. What do you know about some of the brand new summoning mechanics and extra deck monsters?
I don't know, Chief. I don't know, Chief.
So I guess the last thing you remember was what? Fusions?
Synchro.
Synchro. Okay. That's a long time ago.
Yes.
So you don't know what these blue little doodads right here are either, do you?
No.
Yeah. Well, I guess more or less you're ready. Raise your right hand. I dub thee duelist. Yeah. Swerve. Take your weapon. And let's get started.
All right. So this video is sponsored by Keeps. So not so fun fact, but 2 out of every 3 guys are going to experience male pattern baldness of some kind before the age of 35, which is just kind of a little uncomfortable. Keeps solves all of this because you can just have these things delivered to you every 3 months, which is super convenient because not all of us really like going and talking to people about the fact that we're balding. Keeps has some of the highest rated reviews among all of its competitors, and if you don't believe me, they actually provided some before and after photos of a few happy customers. So if you're ready to prevent hair loss, then take action now and go to keeps.com/APS for 50% off your first order. Thanks again to Keeps for sponsoring today's video.
All right, Victor. This is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Structure deck. Take it in. Breathe it in. The first step to learning Yu-Gi-Oh! Before you can open a package is you look and you read and then pronounce the names of every single card in here. Don't worry about it. No Yu-Gi-Oh! Player has actually ever pronounced their cards correctly, and you shouldn't start now. I want you to open it. You can do the honors.
Do I just like rip it?
Oh yeah.
Should I keep it pristine? Never opened a card box before.
So in every card box, you get the all-important plastic protective covering. You get the beginner's guide, but we don't need that. You have me. You have a play mat, which is actually like pretty like cool little designs, but well, you have this one, so you don't need it. There's even a guide on how to play your deck, but you don't need it. You have me. And here's your deck. Go ahead and unwrap it. Unwrap it.
How many cards are here? Is it like 52, like a normal thing?
It should be 40 main card. 40 cards in your main deck, and then I don't actually know how many. I actually do need the guide to see how many extra deck monsters you get in here. I want you to like separate the cards into monsters, spells, and traps. That is the first thing you need to be able to do here.
Okay.
Recognize what they are and separate them.
So I see blue cards, some teal, some brown. Are these the different cards? The three different types?
These blue cards are your extra deck monsters. They go in one stack.
Okay.
The brown cards, or kind of orange, I don't know what you call it. Those are your monster cards. They go in one stack. Then the other blue cards are kind of green cards, they're spells. And then the red, purplish cards are your traps.
And what about this gold card?
That's what's called a normal monster. It's still a monster, just it doesn't have any effects.
Okay.
It's bad.
So 4 types.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so we'll start off with monsters. So you can just pick up any one of these monster cards and to read it as an example as I go.
First things first, before we get to this, I need to do some explaining with this field zone, because that's very important because we're playing a lot of links. Way back when you played, you kind of only working with just kind of this.
Yeah.
But now we have these 2 extra monster zones, and they are just like I said. Extra monsters only summoned from the extra deck go here.
Okay.
Link monsters are the only monsters required to go here first.
Oh.
So if you would crack open your box, and then I'll explain a little bit more.
Alright.
So these are your hollow. Here we are. We need these for right now. You can put those down for just a moment. These are called link monsters. You see, they have attacks. They do not have defense. They have link ratings, which is the amount of monsters required usually to summon them. And some of them have their own like specific requirements. Like this one just says 1 normal monster. So any
Normal monster.
like vanilla normal monster is needed to summon him. This one just says 2 Cyburst monsters, but most everything in here is a Cyburst. This just requires 2 or more effect monsters.
2 more effect monsters.
And you can do what they call link climbing, which is because this requires 2 or more effect monsters. If you have like Link Spider here, and because let me back up. You'll notice the arrows.
Yes.
The arrows, after you put a link monster in your extra monster zone, the arrows point to where you can put another link monster or extra deck monster, but for the purposes, another link monster. So if you have Link Spider here, then you can summon Honeybot here. And if you have Honeybot here, if we get to that point, you can put Decode Talker either here or here.
Okay.
If you have Decode Talker up here, you can summon Honeybot there.
So I got a question.
Go ahead.
So let's say I summon Decode Talker, right?
Yes.
What did this do? It's pointing to my opponent's zone.
That means he can special summon a monster from his extra deck to that zone.
Okay, I wonder what that was. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so right now they're both teaching each of their apprentice players how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I think it's interesting because Alec and Larry are taking 2 very different approaches to this. I feel like Larry is basically sort of putting Travane, his apprentice, through just like a test game, while Alec seems to be doing more of a like just taking sort of different cards and explaining how they work, but not as much so putting it into context. That's going to be sort of interesting. They each started by explaining different things. Larry started by explaining the playmat and like extra monster zones and stuff. Alec more so was just like explaining each different type or like color of card. I don't really know which of those works best or worse or whatever when you're trying to teach somebody, but I also think that it may or may not have been a good idea to use the starter and structure decks that we did. Cyber's Link and I think Link Strike are pretty cool for like, I guess getting a basic grasp on Link play, but it might have been nice to have a more distinct strategy like the Spirit Charmer or Freezing Chain structure decks, but I'm not sure, so we're gonna see how it goes. We've only got about 5 more minutes now before they start dueling, so this should be very interesting.
Monsters are played in the monster zones. Attack, defense, face down, whatever. When they are destroyed, they go here, into your graveyard.
So that's your extra deck monsters here. Take just a moment to kind of read them and familiarize yourself with them.
So this bottom column, this is your spell and trap zone. You can activate and set them Down here, you have 5 zones.
Each person can only control 1 extra monster zone at a time.
Extra deck monsters, in this case you have these blue link monsters, they are considered the extra deck.
These 3 very special cards, what we commonly refer to as hand traps.
Hand traps.
So monsters with effects, think of them as similar to a spell.
Send this card from your hand to the graveyard. Target a card your opponent controls. Its effects are negated.
Summoner Monk. While this card is face up on the field, it cannot be tributed. Another word I don't know.
So, for example, if you had both of these in hand, and one of these, you could special summon.
If you use Summoner Monk and you summon something from your deck, you can link them away to make Binary Sorceress.
He has 2 monsters and you don't have any yet. And then you could always assume during his next main phase 2, he's just gonna make something
Else.
Yeah.
It's the general game plan. If you start out with weaker monsters, it's the general game plan to keep leveling up throughout the match and then end up with your stronger monsters as really as quickly as possible.
Mystical Space Typhoon.
Classic.
Destroy 1 spell or trap.
When this card is normal summoned, you can target 1 monster with 500 or less attack in your graveyard.
If he normal summons a monster bigger than Galaxy Serpent, activate Book of Moon, put a face down.
I'm gonna give you just a random sample hand and we're gonna run through like how a turn works.
So he activates Darkhold. If you have this set, you can chain Forbidden Lance. It'll lose 800 attack.
Multiple special summons.
Tribute them to draw 2 cards and then your turn is over. So we've had our hour of prep time. You going down.
We'll see.
Hopefully we both explained enough to our proteges, have a fundamental knowledge of the game.
Hopefully so.
Because they're finna sit here and duel with as minimal help from us as possible. If we do see like certain illegal plays or something, we will kind of step in and be like, hey, you can't do that. But other than that, they're on their own. Go forth and prosper, young bird.
Whatever happens, happens.
All right, you guys are allowed like 1 hint per turn that you can give them.
Per turn?
Yeah, like but only 1. Like
during his turn.
yeah, during his turn you can give him a hint, and during his turn you can give him a hint.
That and sit up and yeah.
Play. Someday I'm gonna do it on my own. If I need you, I'll let you know. It's probably I will.
I like the confidence.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna end my turn.
Since you went second, you get to draw from the top of your deck.
So 6 cards. I mean, like an extra 1, so this makes 6.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Start with this monster. Rom Claudia. Looks like a
I'm gonna
red.
activate effect. Oh, wait. Allow me to, during your opponent's main phase, you can send this card from the hand to the graveyard to target 1 face-up effect monster and negate the effect to the end of the turn.
Can I put down more cards?
Yes.
Cool. Turn this face down. So, like, I don't know the order, like, how
You
this
can
actually
either
goes.
battle, or you can end your turn.
I'm gonna end my turn.
Draw. I am going to special summon Cyber Giant since you control the monster.
That won't
Because
work.
you have to control no monster. He
Oh.
has to control 1 and you have to control 9.
Oh, okay. My
Yeah.
bad. Tribute. To summon Cyber Giant. Place 1 card face down, enter battle phase, and I'm going to attack your card.
Cool.
For 21.
21 what?
2100.
Well, yeah, so Cyber Dragon has 2100 attack points. You did explain the battle phase,
You
right?
compare their attack stats and
okay.
bigger attack win.
I refuse
Okay.
to do anything.
So Rom Claudia is destroyed, and
That is.
you'll take 300 damage.
Go to end phase at my turn.
To start every turn, you'll always draw.
Face down, face down, face down.
Excuse me?
Alec was a very good teacher. I just end phase or something.
Draw.
Sure.
Place a supply squad. Now I'm going to move into battle phase. Cyber Dragon, test the face now.
Feel it.
Okay. It's glow up bulb. 100 attack, 100 defense.
Alright, I'll move to end phase and my turn.
So you get to draw to start your turn.
I think I got this one. Let me try it. You know what? I'm gonna use Miracle's Wake, which targets one monster that was destroyed by battle and sent to my graveyard.
So, Miracle's Wake, it says that the monster has to be destroyed by battle this turn. So, you would have had to use it on the glow-up bulb during his turn when he destroyed. The turn he actually did destroy your glow-up bulb.
Yeah, since
It's
it's the
now
next
your
turn.
So how did, okay.
So basically, when his Cyber Dragon attacked your glow up bulb and destroyed it, then you could, after it gets destroyed, you could activate this, because you can use set trap cards in either player's turn. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Look, if y'all don't stop questioning what I did or did not say.
It's not a good team.
Okay, question. So what is a turn? So like, no, okay.
I want to be known, I was rushed. There was a lot to explain here.
Offense only. Monster. I'm done.
You can go.
Forgot about drawing. Sign it backdoor. Targets one Cybers monster I control. I'm gonna banish it. Target one Cybers monster I control, banish it, which I just did. Add one Cybers monster from my deck to my hand, whose attack is lower than the monster's original attack. During my next standby phase, I can return that monster banished by this effect back to the field.
Yeah.
Got backup secretary.
You want to call a foul on the play?
You know how you go through those phases when you're learning something new and like you're just like everything's flying through your brain at like a million miles per hour and you like
I understand.
you get cocky. I don't know, I'm a man of my word. I'm sticking to it.
I'm sticking to it.
I'm sticking to it.
What you finna do with it?
Put back in your hand, Victor.
Okay.
I draw. I'm gonna go to battle phase. Cyber Dragon, attack you. And I move to the end phase and I end my turn.
All right. I'm gonna draw a card.
You actually get your Digitron back.
Oh yeah. Over here. Gold sarcophagus. Banish one card from your deck face up.
You're getting all the surgeries. We ain't getting no surgeries.
I know, right?
During your second standby phase after this turn, after this card's activation, add that card to your hand. Banished dot scraper. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card. If this card is banished, you can special summon this card. You can only use one dot scraper effect per turn, and only once that turn. You can only use each effect of dot scraper once per duel. So bring it back right now.
Yep.
I'm gonna play backup secretary, which means if I
Hold on.
wait,
Are you normal summoning it or special summoning it?
normal, yeah, special. What's the difference again? Sacrifice all these guys. Go for a link monster.
We have to go to next round.
Oh. Boundless Chapel. When your opponent summons a monster with 1500 or more attack, destroy that monster and banish it.
I think I'm gonna use the glow up bulb. Yeah, it says if this card is in your graveyard, you can send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. And if you do, you can special summon glow up bulb. We'll set down everything and just
I draw. Main phase, normal summon. Move into battle phase. Attack.
Miracle's Wake. I can target one monster that was destroyed by battle and sent to my graveyard and special summon it.
Put this bit defense.
Cyber Dragon. Attack. Move to end phase.
I activate Quantum Cat,
What did that
which says activate this card by declaring one monster type and one attribute special summon this card as a normal monster, level 4 attack 0, defense 2200 with that type and attribute.
I end my turn.
Alright, now your turn can start.
Wait, my turn. Okay, I'm gonna save it in my turn.
I draw. I'm going to move into my end phase. I end my turn.
I will draw. I'm going to.
First, you gotta play monster.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna activate. I'm gonna play Cyber's Wizard. Once per turn, I can attack one attack position opponent's monster. Change it to defense position. And if I do, for the rest of this turn, my monsters cannot attack, except to attack that monster. And if your Cyber's monster attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. Cyber Dragon.
Defense.
I'm gonna kill it.
Activate Fiendish Shame. Activating this card by targeting one effect monster on the field. Negate the effects of that face-up monster while it's on the field. Also, That face-up monster cannot attack.
I'm gonna use Moon Mirror Shield, which says if the equipped monster battles your opponent's monster during damage calculation, the equipped monster's attack and defense become equal to the attack and defense, whichever is higher of the opponent's battling monster. Plus 100. During damage calculation only.
I draw. Switch this to attack mode. Sacrifice. Link Slayer. Destroy. I can scar up to 2 cards, then target that many spells or traps on the field and destroy them. Scar these 2. And I'm gonna get rid of this. And does this count?
Oh my god.
I think so.
That's considered a strike.
Yeah, let me go ahead and get that out.
Oh, Moon Mirror Shield. I forgot about that.
Victor pays 500.
That sucks.
Oh, no,
Bottom of graveyard. Oh,
deck.
deck. Okay.
What was this effect again?
It's negated.
It's negated now. Yeah.
Oh, move into attack. Link Slayer. Attack.
Yeah, I don't have to take that.
How so?
You have to find the card that can do something.
I'm going to activate Ghost from the Past, which will banish 2 monsters from my graveyard, then target 1 attack position monster on the field. Change its attack to 0 until the end of this turn.
So which 2 cards from your graveyard?
Wait, that's, oh wait, banish, not, okay. Gonna banish Digitron and Glow Up Bulb. Target 1 attack monster on the field. Let's go for Link Slayer.
We chain Dark Bot.
Negate a spell or trap card, but in exchange, you'll get to draw 1 card.
And then it was Cyber Dragon turn to attack. Move to the end phase and my turn.
And now, I will try. I'm going out swinging. Finish my turn. I'm done.
I draw.
I'm not quitting for anything. You kidding me?
Cyber Dragon, end his life.
That's it.
That's the game.
Yay!
That's the duel. Travane is the winner.
Then take a
Team
lick of
Larry.
damage.
Yeah.
Zero to death. Zero to death. FGC.
What are your thoughts? What does this feel like?
Pain. Salt aside, I actually enjoyed myself. I'm clearly a rookie. These guys are not. They know what they're doing. If you're watching this and you think if you think you can do this with 1 hour of practice from scratch, no, you can't do it like these guys do. Much respect to the players who know what they're doing. Travane knew more than me. He's better than me. This takes work. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is definitely different from what it was in the past. Like, it is way different.
I think both Alec and I struggled with coaching and not helping too much, but like, okay, like, look, I would do this, but do it your own way. You know, the competitive and the duelist in us just keep coming out like, no, stop.
Trying to teach any form of modern Yu-Gi-Oh! To beginners is so difficult because there's base level Yu-Gi-Oh! That you have to learn, and then just learning that is not even remotely enough to win. So then you have to teach them all the mechanics that have been like created afterwards.
Yeah, and like
An hour is not enough time. I've painstakingly purchased all the rest of their King's Court. We couldn't get more. I'm sorry, guys. I'll let everybody open one.
Oh, smack it. Oh, make you feel that thing.
Show them how to do it.
Yeah. Come on, Victor, you too.
What do we have here? If it's not at Zodia, I'm not gonna recognize it. Ooh, this one looks cool. Batsia, Brightness of the Thingamabob. Utopic Future. Queen's Knight. Pot of Duality. The Wicked Avatar. ZW Eagle Claw. Thunder Speed Summon.
Duality, Zolga, Majestic, Cloud Castle, Utopic Future, Utopia, and Crystal Girl.
We have Utopia Ray, Ultimate Shield, Pendulum Transfer, Pot of Duality, Wind Up Zolo, Eternal Bond, and White Rose Cloister. I'm sorry.
Yes.
yeah, and the victor opens the final pack.
Of course, as always.
Not that victor.
Utopia Ray. Awards. Joker's Wild.
Next time. Next time.
We got it.
If you like our videos, make sure that you like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Pass turn.